everyone, this is Cindy, and I'm getting ready to start some new journals. I finally put away my Christmas stuff, and I actually sorted it and organized it, so maybe next year it won't be such chaos. I kept looking for some certain papers, and I finally found them, of course, when I was putting stuff away, so I think I missed a lot of good stuff in my Christmas stash, so maybe next year will be better. Okay, New Year's resolutions. I know we all make them, I know we all break them, but here's one I think I'm pretty good about not breaking. I am not buying any more Hardy Boys or Nancy Drew books. I guess at one point I just thought I would be crazy and want to do this many journals on them. I mean, look at that. That's just sad. So, and another thing about them is, with this whole YouTube children thing, it's kind of not real smart maybe to be doing children's books, even though I don't have ads and I don't get money from YouTube, so I don't think I'm on their radar right now, so now would be a good time to get these worked up. I have 4 older ones, and I think I'm going to do those. I'll keep these, I probably will get them, use pictures out of them if there are any pictures, and keep the spines and not the covers and the spines, to either maybe sometime in the future revisit Hardy Boys, Nancy Drews, or just cover them completely and use them as some other project. So anyway, I've got plenty to work with. So that's what I'm doing. I had started a bin, just started stuffing stuff in there when I found it, just thinking, mysteries and detectives in general. So I have some little ephemera stuff, and when I was at an antique store, I was digging through some of their old patterns, just look at those, and when I saw these pictures I thought, could be the Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew people, so I got them to use the images somehow that way, so I'm not sure, but anyway, those are pretty old and fragile, so they're right there. I think maybe they were $1 a piece, I can't remember how much they were, but not too terribly expensive. And then another thing I found, I'd been looking for a while, and I still haven't found an old Clue game, but I did find a new one, and I didn't realize they'd added one new suspect, a Dr. Orchid, so that was new to me. But anyway, I cut the box up. I'm going to try to make a journal out of this, because there's a challenge I usually do that the January one is just junk, so it'd be stuff we're getting rid of. You can't buy something for this journal. So I thought that cover would be great, because the reason I bought it was for the cards. If I can find them, let's show them to you. Here they are. I wanted these cards, Professor Plum, Lead Pipe, that sort of stuff, library. If you're familiar with the Clue game, you know what I'm talking about. And also the little tally sheet. So I got plenty of those. So that's what I wanted the game for. So anyway, and I was thinking, detectives, who's the most famous detective in the world? It's not Sherlock Holmes. We all know it's Scooby-Doo. So I found some Scooby-Doo stuff that I can use in that journal, because that's not stuff I bought. It was from a, magazine and a stamp. And I probably just showed somebody's address. Maybe it'll be okay. So anyway, and then this was just some packaging. I thought would be pretty, so I'll put that over there for the junk one. Oh, there's them again. And then this is the sides of the box. You don't throw anything away. Good pictures. I'm not sure how I use them. They're going to be really thick, so we'll see. So that's a whole nother project. So I've just been going through my little stash of stuff here. And this is, in the Clue game, you put the... you get 3 cards, you can put them in there, and that's where it happened and who did it and what weapon they used, so that can be a little pocket. So anyway, going through, I'd already gutted some of the Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew books, so there's their pages. So, and then I just found some different pictures over, just going through books and things. And this one is outdoor sketching, and it is someone who has an artist box and stuff, but I thought it kind of looks like a kit you might have if you were a detective, so I can work that in as a pocket. And then I have a Boy Scout book that I thought was pretty cool, because don't we all know that the Hardy Boys, I'm sure, were Boy Scouts, so maybe use a couple of pictures from those. And then I got a thing from the FBI. This is a great one. It's a map, and they're looking at it with a pencil. And then there's a website called, is it Pixabay? Pixabay, I think. Something like that, where they have images that you can use, copyright free. So I got the magnifying glass, and I fussy cut these out. and a big thumbprint, you know, fingerprint. And I did 2 of each one, which I should have done, what, 6 or something. And then the Sherlock Holmes highlighting the title. I love the crime scene tape. That's cool. And then this guy, if you're familiar with Agatha Christie books, you know that's Hercule Poirot. I cannot say the word, say it like they do. But anyway, that's his picture. We might use those some way. Here's the pieces from the game, and I'm wondering if I can use these as charms. I know I can the revolver because it's got a place I can tie a string, and the rope's got a hole, and I think maybe, yep, the wrench does too, but we'll see. Those would be cute little charms, I think. So I need to put them over here out of the way. These other game pieces just will probably go in a bag of stuff I just keep for the house when we play games. So anyway, just some tags I cut out of clear paper or plastic, and I'm not sure what kind of stuff it is. So sometimes I just chunk stuff in the nearest bin, and it has nothing to do with the theme of the day. This is just some coffee dyed composition paper, so use those. And some more of the scouting book. I might find the whole book in a minute. I was experimenting with this. I think I saw Gail do it, and I think she talked about who she saw do it, but it's basically you take a rectangular piece of paper, fold it in thirds, fold one corner down, and that gives you a pocket, and you can stitch or glue around it to make the pocket. And then you can either fold it like this, or you can fold it like this. You can have writing spaces here. So anyway, I was just playing it around with these bigger book pages that came from this book right here, The Memoirs of Sherlock Holmes. So definitely going to do a journal with this. So I got lots of journals I'm getting ready to do, right? Sure. So anyway, it had some pictures. So these will go back into the Sherlock Holmes book because they'll be too big for the other book. So looks like I've already gutted the good stuff out of here. So that. Let's see. Poems. I think it's about boys, maybe, is why I put it in here. I'm not sure. Secrets. But anyway, I guess I was just collecting papers. And this is from a book I had that's a reproduction of a toy catalog from 1889. And I guess I just thought those would be some cool pictures. I don't remember. See, it's been so long ago. I don't know if I had something. I love the safe. Oh, that's so cool. So, just scraps of paper. Here's the Sherlock Holmes book pages that did not make the cut. So there's those. I do like those letters. I was right the first time. Those letters. Those are pretty cool. I might go through and steal all those. So, okay, still going. Tags I'd already made, which I have not stitched, so that's what I'm getting ready to do this afternoon. Pages from an old decorating book, and I probably just included it because it looks like an old house, maybe more the time period of, even though it's not, this looks more like 70s or something, but maybe it can be their house. I think I was just pulling paper. So here's a purchase order. It is not old by any means. So, and some more of those. I don't know if I have anything really outstanding more to show you. Just tags. Some more poems. Oh, here's a Boy Scout with a hatchet. Oh, yep, definitely some Hardy Boys there. So this was from, I think, a Child Life that somebody sent me several years ago. I think it was Julie? No, I'm not sure. It was just more papers that might work. So, and tags, shapes already made. The shorthand book, I haven't used pages from it in a while. So it looks like I was gathering papers and was getting ready to start. I just never did. So that's what these all are. So I've got to get started because I needed these books worked up and hopefully out of my house fairly soon. So anyway, that's what I'm working on. If anyone's got any suggestions, I'll be happy to take them because you're pretty much seeing all I've got to work with. So, yep, not sure how it's going to go, but we will see, and we will get started, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. One last thought. One thing I love, and I know a lot of people do too, is when you're flipping through these books and you find something that someone has used as a bookmark or they just put it in there. And in this one, I just found this little picture of this old airplane. And don't you think that would be perfect to put in these Hardy Boys books? So I can guarantee you that is going to make its way back into this journal. Anyway, that was a fun find, so I just thought I'd show you. So thanks for watching. Bye. Hey guys, I thought I would start working on this Sherlock Holmes journal since it needs to dry, so I'm going to start on it. Here's the original book, and I'm going to try to keep the spine, and this is the way it would be if their pages were in there. And you see this little divot here, if you can really tell or not, but I've shown this before. That's how you can widen the spine. Once you take the pages out, that divot can be flattened out like that. And instead of that being your original spine, the spine becomes this. So you gain about a little over ½ inch. It's, yeah, a good, healthy ½ inch, I guess. So anyway, what I do is I cut a piece of cardboard, chipboard, whatever you want to call it, to fit inside here. And I just cut it and then just see how it does. I want it to be able to bend up, and I want it to be pretty tight. So, and that looks pretty good as far as the width. Now my length is a little long, so I'm just going to whack out that with the scissors. I think you can see. It's too long, so about 1/4 inch. This will be covered with something, some paper or fabric or something, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to glue it in, and usually I'll use like tacky glue or something, but I'm just about out of it, so we'll use my fabric tack, which is my old bottle, and it's getting kind of thick too, so we'll see how long it takes to get it out. I'm trying to stay in frame. My tripod is just a little high, so it kind of gives me a really wide angle, and I don't really need the wide angle, so I probably should have put this on the cardboard itself. Make sure I get those edges. And then I'll just leave this to dry overnight, and that way tomorrow I can bend it and everything, and it'll be just fine. So I'll squish it in there, make sure we're good. And then I have these weights, which are way over on the other side of the room. Let me grab them. It's actually a bookend, and this side is pretty good about being flat enough to weigh something down. So I'm going to go grab the other one and put it on the end here and set this someplace so that it can dry overnight. So I will have to see you guys later.